Hi, hi, hello, bro. Perfect. Okay, so yeah, hello everyone. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to today's Python live session. Uh, yeah, I can see more people have joined. So yeah, guys, I hope you all are doing great and ready to sharpen your Python skills today. So today we are continuing our top 100 Python loop interview questions series, and this is the part of our ongoing live playlist where we solve real interview problems step by step. So, in the last session, we solved questions up to number 37. And in today's session, we are going to continue from question number 38 onwards. So, if you are preparing for Python interviews, coding rounds, or placements, this session is going to be really useful for you. Now, guys, uh, let me just tell you about the simple process which we are going to follow for every question. Uh, Step one, that will I will first write the problem statement on the screen. Just I have written now problem number 38 to find the frequency of characters. Then what we have to do, step two is that I'll give you a few seconds to think about the logic. So this will do what? This will make you just not watch the solution, okay? I want that you guys should try to solve it yourself first, okay? Or at least if you're not able to write the programs, okay, or the codes, so at least you guys can think upon the logic, okay? So that's why I'm giving you few seconds for that, okay? So, and for those who are very fast and know the answers, you can also type your logic or answers in the live chat, okay? Then not only all about the code, if you have the logic also, no, then also you can put it in the chat, okay? Then step three will be, after that we will write the Python code together and I'll explain the complete logic step by step. So the goal is not just to see the answers, the goal is to build strong problem solving skills using loops. Okay. And also, I have something important for you guys. Once we complete all the 100 Python loop interview questions in the series, in the final live session, I'll share the complete Jupyter Notebook file that will contain all the questions and solutions. Yeah, yes, I'll provide it completely free, so don't worry. So make sure you attend the live sessions regularly because in the last session, I'll share the notebook with all of you, okay? And uh, one more small request. If you know someone who struggles with Python loops or finds loops confusing, so make sure you share this live session with them. Uh, it can really help beginners because I try to keep the level beginner and intermediate level. Okay, so who are trying to build Python fundamentals. So for them, you can share it with them. So it will be helpful for everyone. So learning together always makes things more easier. So yeah, now let's go ahead and let's start with our problem. So as you can see on the screen, I have written the problem that is to find the frequency of characters. And I have mentioned a word that is programming. So what we have to do, we have to find the frequency of each character, that how many times that particular character is present in that word. Okay. So this is our job to do. Now, I'll give you a few seconds. Think upon the logic, or if you want to write the code. So simultaneously, you can open your editor also. You can write the code, or if you know, you can give your logic on the chat. If you want to just copy paste the code in the chat, so you can do that too. In the last session, people have given the code also. So yeah. Okay. So let's do what? Let me just explain you the question and the solution. Okay. See, we have a word programming, we have stored it in a variable s. Now what we have to do, we have to find the frequency of the characters, okay, that is clearly mentioned. So we want the output should to look like, first the character should be there, and then uh, how many times the character is present, that should be there. Okay, so basically we want that. So for that kind of particular thing, first of all, we need a key value pair. So we need a a data structure which works as a key value pair. So in Python, that is dictionary. So we need to work with dictionary. Okay. And then there is simple loop and dictionary. Okay. Simple dictionary, and that will be done. Okay. So I feel now I should tell you how to solve it. So first of all, what I have told you, that create a dictionary for storing all the frequency of the characters. So we'll have an empty dictionary with us. Okay. Then we'll start about the loop. So for I in S. Okay, so we'll start about the string. A string is uh, a string is also treated as a sequence in Python. So that's why the for loop can easily be applied on that. And after that, okay, just give me a moment. Let me see. Okay, now uh, for I in S, I being the loop variable. Now what I'll do, I'll change it to character. Okay, so then it will be more easy for you guys. Now, what we have to do, first we want to uh, store as the key. What will be the key? So key will be the character, and the total count of that character, that will be the value of that key. Okay. So let me first take it. So we'll first store each character as the key. Okay. And then along with that, we will initialize it with its value. Okay. So for that, there is a dictionary method called as get. Okay. The work of this method is that what this method is going to do, that if that method will come again and again, so this get will retrieve that and add +1 to that. Okay, it will replace the value to 0 and add +1. So each time if we get one more character, okay, so it is going to add +1 to that. And one of the features of dictionary is that it if when it gets the same key, it updates the value. Okay, it does not put it as a new element. If it founds the same key again, it just updates the value. So that is the best thing about the dictionary, and that's why this way is possible. Okay, now we just need to simply print frequency now, and you will see that you are getting all the keys as your characters. So your characters are your keys of your dictionary, and your values, how many times that particular character is present in that word. Okay, so P is one time, programming, you have R two times, O one time, G two times. Okay, and simultaneously you can see for all the characters you are getting it. Okay, so this is how you can find the frequency of characters. Okay, now let's move to the next problem. That will be problem number 39. Question number 30, basic string. Let's say hello world. And now we want to just simply remove the spaces. Okay. Okay. So, okay, I'll give you a few seconds. Think upon that. Think upon the logic, what you can do. Okay. Now see guys, you have the string with you, okay? And you have to remove the spaces from that. So the best and simplest way is just to do what? Create a simple one more empty string, okay? And after creating that, iterate the loop on your string and just give a simple condition that if the current character is not equal to a white space, so then add the particular character into your the newly created empty string. Okay, and come out of the condition, come out of the loop and print your the new string. Okay, so now your empty string after the loop it will be filled with all the values but excluding the white spaces. So white spaces will automatically be removed. Okay, so that you can do. So with that, let me show you the code. Okay, yeah, you can use strip, but strip removes spaces from the front and the back, not from the middle. Okay, so let me correct you. It does not remove the spaces from the middle. Before the string begins, means before the characters alphabets are put, before that if there is any spaces, any white spaces, then it works. And afterwards when the alphabet is over and after that if you have some white spaces left, so then it works. Okay, then strip is useful. But if you want to remove white spaces from the middle of two words, okay, just like here hello world, you have uh, a white space between hello and world. If you want to do that, okay, so then this program is good. So let me just show you. So yeah, so I hope you got your answer, Malichis Madaki. Okay, uh, I feel you found it this problem helpful. Okay, now guys, uh, if you are new to channel, so don't forget to subscribe. And why you need to subscribe? Because you don't miss the upcoming sessions. Okay, in this top 100 Python interview question series. Okay, so yeah, okay, let's move to the next problem. And let me know, guys, if you have any problem in any one of the questions. Okay, so you can just let me know in the chat. I will reply. Okay, so I observe the chats and I reply to them. Just like now only, uh, Madaki said that we can use that method also. So then I told him that how you can, how this program is helpful. Okay, and what is the difference between that method and this program. So yeah, I reply. So you guys can, whatever your problem is, you can just ask in the chat, okay? Make this live session more interactive. It's upon you. Whatever your problems are, you can ask me in the chat. Now, let's move to the next problem. That is problem number 40. And that will be for swap case manually, okay? So basically, what we'll do over here in this question is that this problem says that you will have a string with you, okay? And in this string, what you will have means all the alphabets in different cases. One in upper, then in lower, then upper, then lower, then upper, then lower. Okay, like this. So what we want, we will swap. Okay, swap means if uh If it in uppercase, so we are going to make it in lowercase. If it is in lowercase, we are going to convert it in uppercase. Okay. So I'll give you a few seconds. Just think upon the problem, think upon the solution. Okay. Come up with the code or write the code in your editor and then match with mine. Is there any difference? Then let me know. But if you don't know to means if you're new to programming, you don't know how to start it with, so just think upon the logic, whatever you want to think, just think upon the logic, share the logic in the chat. Okay, then we'll talk upon that and I'll show you the code. Okay, it's very simple. You have to just stick with one. Okay, first iterate over the string and then stick to one thing, that check the, if you when you will iterate over the string, you will get in each iteration you will get one character. Just check that character is lower or upper. If it is upper, so then convert it to lower. If it is lower, then convert it to upper. Simple as that. Okay. And more of what you can do, create an empty string and just if it is get converted, just add it on that string, just like what we did in the previous question. Okay. So yeah. Okay, so now I feel I should now write the code for you guys. Okay, so what I have said, I'll just do that only. So first of all, I'll create a result, empty string. Okay, wait, yeah, and then I'll just simply iterate over my string. So for characters in my string s, if uh if my character, the current character is lower. Okay, so I'm checking for the lower. So if that character is lower, so then do what? Then on the result, plus equals means add that character, but convert that character to uppercase. Okay, so if that character is a lowercase character, so then store it in result, but before storing, convert that character to uppercase. Okay, that's fine. But what if it is a uppercase character? So then there is else for you guys. Okay, so then there is the else case. If this condition will not be true, then either this means an alphabet can be only two things. It can be either a lowercase or a uppercase. So I'm checking for lowercase. If it is lowercase, convert it to uppercase. Or in the else, do what? Now in the else, automatically we can switch it to lowercase. Simple as that. Okay. Come out of the condition, come out of the loop, print the result, and it will be converted like this. So now you'll see every means the upper one has been swapped to lower, the lower has been swapped to upper, and this is what you get as your result. Okay, so Madaki says yes, thank you so much, brother. Yeah, stay tuned. Uh, watch till the end. You will find more useful problems. Okay, so this was swap case manually. Now let's move to the next problem. That will be problem number 41. Now, guys, from problem number 41 onwards, these problems will be mostly based on uh, loops. Okay, means obviously loops. Okay, list. Okay, list loops, interview problems. So, yeah. So, the first problem is sum of list. Okay, now, guys, I already know that there is a function. Okay, I know that there is a built in function to do the sum. Okay, but how that function works. Do you guys ever imagine? Okay. So I'll show you how that function works and how you create your own function also. You have to just put this code in a function and you will have your own function, okay, which will work like that. So yeah, that is the thing. That is how you have to think, okay. Let me just give you the list to you. Okay, so this is your list and you have to just do the sum of all the items or you can say elements of this list, okay, and then print. Okay, your few seconds are already active, so just think upon the problem. Now, this is going to be very easy. So I feel that most of the all the people who are watching, they will get it. Okay, if you are friendly with Python, then obviously it is easy. But if not, then don't worry, I'm there. I am going to write the code. So guys, first of all, what you have to do? Sum of list. Okay, sum of list means what? You have to do the total. Okay, So first of all, when I have told you that you have to do total, so first of all, whenever it is count, whenever it says total, sum, okay, so just create a variable for you, okay? So create a global variable called as total, initialize it with 0 because we are going to do the sum, so it will affect if you will put any other value. So 0 is safe. Then iterate over your list and do what? Whatever your current item is, current element is, just add in that total. Simple. Come out of the loop and just print the total. Is that easy? Okay. So now let me write the code for you. So I'll create a total. I'll initialize it to 0. I'll start a loop for num in ARR, and then I'll just add this num, okay, the current number, and coming out of the loop, I'll print the total and I'll get 24. So 5, 4, 9, 3, 12, 12, 12, 24. So 24 is the output. This is how it works. Now, by this, we'll move to the next problem. That is problem number 42. That will be for to find the product of a list. Okay. So pretty much similar what we are going to do. Just like the sum, we have to do the product of all the items. Okay. And it's very easy. And we can consider the same list over here. Okay, so let me just copy it and paste it over here. Everything will be same, just like the sum. No, everything will be same, just few changes. Okay, so I'll give you a few seconds, just think upon that. Okay, now just like the sum, you cannot put the total equals to 0 because each time you have to do the product. So anything will be multiplied with 0 will get 0. So that will not work. So then what you can do, this time we'll create a product equals to 1. We'll start the loop for num in ARR. Okay, products. Okay, multiply equals to num. It will automatically multiply each num in the current product. Okay, then you can come out of the loop, print product, and you will get the product. Okay, so 720. So yeah, 720. If I'll make it 1, so then you'll get 60. Okay, 5, 4, 20 into 3, 60. So you'll get 60. So this will be easy for calculation. And to verify, so yeah, this is how a product reflects. The only change is what we initialized here and this operator. Okay, if we say about sum, so this initialization will be 0 and here it will be plus. Otherwise, everything is same. Okay, now let's move to the next problem. That is to find the minimum. Okay, find the minimum in a list. And this is, I guess, problem number 43. Find minimum. Okay, so you can consider the same array if you want, or you can take your own array too. Okay, now guys, if you are getting all the questions, you are finding all the questions valuable, so please share, subscribe, give it a like. Okay, now we have discussed this kind of problem, okay, many a time. So see what we have to do. Okay, if we'll talk about the logic, if anyone, if you have already think upon and work upon the code, that's very good. But those who have not understood, for them, I will like to say that first initialize the first element as your minimum. Okay, as your minimum value, because you have to do at the end, you're going to do a comparison. So you have, because when you're talking about multiple elements, if you're talking about a list, you have multiple elements. If you have to find the minimum value, so it can be at any place, it can be at the first place, it can be at the second place, last, anywhere in your list. So you have to first of all initialize the first variable, assume it that it is the minimum variable, okay, the minimum value. Then iterate the loop, perform continuous comparisons, and if an comparison, if you find any value less than that minimum value, so it means change the update the value of the minimum with that particular number and then return it. It's just that simple. Yeah, it's just that simple. Okay. So with that said, let me just write the code for you guys. So what I have said, I'll do that only. This is the simplest way. Okay, your array name is ARR. You have to go with this, and you will initialize the first element as your minimum value. So let's say one. Okay, so one is our minimum value. Okay, one can be the minimum value, but I'll add one more value so that the comparison should give a result which is not equals to that. Okay, now I'll iterate the loop. So for num in ARR, if my num, the current number, the current element is less than that of the minimum value which we have fixed. If it is less than that, then update the minimum value. Then update the minimum value with the current number, and coming out of the condition, coming out of the loop, print the minimum value, and that's it. You will get 0. If I'll remove 0, I'll get 1. Wait a second. If I'll remove 0, I'll get 1. Okay, so you can see it's so easy. It's so easy. And then remember, whenever it says the question says that find maximum or minimum, so you have to just keep it in mind that you have to do comparison. Okay, you have to do comparison at the end. And the same question, if it is interchange and says for maximum, so what will change? The variable name will change from maximum value. You'll do the same thing. You'll initialize. You'll assume that first element is a maximum, and then you interchange. Okay, and that's it. By this, we'll move to the next problem. Problem number 44. That will be to find the index of the element. Now, guys, I know that you have a built-in method, built-in list method for this kind of problems, but see, you have to understand that how they work, okay, behind the scene, okay, because if you are on an interview, so it's gonna be asked that write a program to check the index, and it will be clearly mentioned that don't use the built-in function. I have sit on those interviews, I know. Okay, now let me give you the list. Okay, this is your list, and let's say you have to find five. It's very easy, guys. Just start the loop, iterate to the length of that list. Okay, and whenever you're trying to, and this time you can't just directly go over, so you have to go index wise. So iterate through the index, and then through the index match the value. If you get the same value, so print the index value. Okay, it's that simple. It's just 3 lines code. Okay, I feel that you guys have completed this, or those who don't know, okay, let me write the code for you guys. So for I in range, length, and we will iterate our loop till the length of our array. So okay, so that's why I've taken inside the range, I've taken the length of my list ARR. So it will go, the total length will be 3, so it will go till 3 only, 0 1 2. Now what I'm going to do, I'll give a condition that if ARR I, okay, now I is 0 1 2, I is going to be 0 1 2. Okay, and in list indexing starts from 0, so that's very good. We don't need to do anything because everything, it's according to us only. So ARRI, if it is equals to 5, the element whose index we want to find it for, okay, so then do what? Print the index. So I is the index, okay, which will be uh, iterated throughout our loop using the iteration 0 1 2. Okay, and we are just directly accessing the values. So how you access a value in a list? By writing the list name, square braces, and the index number. Okay, so I is my index value, and this will access the value. Okay, and this is our value whose index we want to find for. If this condition matches, so print the current index, so we'll get you whatever the current index will be. So in this process we'll get 1 here because 0 4 is there at one place, 5 is there, so that's why we are getting 1. It's so easy, it's so easy to understand. Okay, by this let's move to the next problem. Problem number 45. Problem number 45 will be to uh, flatten a list, or let's say flatten a nested list, okay, because list is already flattened, so we can only flatten a nested list. And I'll give you the list, okay, I'll give you the list. Now this time the list dimension will be a two-dimensional list. Okay, so this is your list, okay, with three rows, and there is three rows and two columns at most, okay. In the third child list we have only one column. So yeah, this is your list, okay. Now tell me what you have to do. Okay, let me explain the problem. Flatten nested list means, flatten means basically that simplifies it. If it is a 2D, 3D list, so just simplifies to a 1D, a 1D list, a one-dimensional list. So flatten means that. So yeah, you have to do that. And this is okay. Let me mark it as important because it is one of the fundamental questions of programming, not of Python, but of programming. So in other programming languages also, this is one of the questions which is asked with arrays. Now in Python there is list and there is a support of array too, so you can follow this approach there also. But with list also, you can just follow this approach. Okay. I hope you guys have think upon the logic and started coding. So now let me also start. See, first of all, what we have to do, we should create a empty list first. Okay, because whenever we do flattening, so what we are going to do, we are going to just simply use the loop. Okay, and for using the loop, we need to append the numbers each time, okay, in different lists. So that's why we need to have an empty list with us. So I'll create a result which will be my empty list, okay, which will be a list, but for now it is empty. And now what I'm going to do, I'll first iterate over, because see, it is a 2D list, okay? So if it is a 2D list, so it has a parent list and it has three child lists. If you think like that. So there is one bigger braces, okay? The marked one, as you can see. Let me just zoom it a little bit. Okay. Yeah. Now I feel it will be more visible to you guys. Give me 1 minute, guys. Yeah. So now I feel it is visible. Yeah. Okay. Now see, this one is the parent list, which is marked here. And then there are three child lists, okay? So we have to use here two loops because it is a nested list. So we have to use two loops here. One for iterating over the parent, okay? So that we can iterate through the child list first from our parent list. Then in our child list there are elements, so then in each child list we have to iterate through our elements. So for that we will need two loops. Now one more, I'll give you one more hint. Let's see, if it is a 2D list, so you need two loops. If it is a 3D list, you need three loops. If it is, then if what is the dimension of the list, the loop will be used like that, okay? So let's say for sub arrays in array and for num in subarrays. And then do what? When you access those the numbers from the subarrays, so simply append the numbers to the result, and yeah, you will be successfully flattening your list and everything will be stored in result. So you can just print result and you will get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay. And this time you will see from a 2D list you got a 1D dimensional. So you have successfully flattened your list. Okay. So by this, let's move to the next problem. That is question number 46. Okay. In this, we have to find the average. We have to find the average of list. And let me give you the list. Okay. Let me give you the list. See, you can take your own list also. It's not required that I will provide you the list. But yeah, because I am going to solve it also, so I will also require a list. So that's why I put the list over here. Okay. So it's not mandatory that you guys will use my list only. You can take whatever number you want. Okay. It's not that this is the thing you should work. Use your own if you want. Okay, I feel that okay, uh, most of you have already think upon the logic and started coding too. So let me also start the coding. Now for finding the total, guys, it's very simple. What you need to do, you need to first of all have a variable in which what you're going to do in which you need to store the total, because average is what? Average is, if you talk about a list, so you do the sum of all the elements, and then uh, the number of you calculate the number of total elements and just do the division, and simple, you get your average. Okay. So first of all, just do the total. So whatever the program we have used for sum in a list, we are going to use that here. So for num in arr, okay, total plus equals to num. So now you will have your total over here. Okay. Now you have to calculate the average. Create an average variable, do the total, use the total, because now in the total you have your sum of all the elements. And then you have the length function with you. Use it, print the average, and you will get your average. That is 25. Okay. So because you have did a normal division, you get your result in this manner in float. If you do it integer division, so you will get in integer. Okay. So it's upon you what you want, integer division or float. By default, the Python's normal division is by default it is in floats. It just give you the exact value. Okay. So okay, most of you will know that. I don't know why I share this small insights. Okay. I think it's the habit. Okay. I can't help it. So yeah, this is how you are going to find the average of a list. Okay. Now let's move further. Let's go to the next problem, which is problem number 47. Here you go. Let me just make it marked down. What we have to do, we have to find all the negative numbers. Okay. So we have to find all the negative numbers. Yeah, I will provide you you can take your own list. I can also provide you. Why not? I will only provide you. So 2 minus 3, 4, let's take minus 5. You can take as many as, okay. This is the simplest one which I can have for me. So I am taking this. Okay, I can see that continuously 5, 10, okay, 8, 9 people are watching. So for you guys who are constant, okay, this is not for them who is coming and going, okay, joining and going. who is still constant, because there will be some of you who are constant and continuously watching. For you, I just got a joke, okay? Because you are also a programmer, so this is a programmer died joke, okay? See, uh, once in my life, I just tried to start a healthy lifestyle, okay? But then I remembered that programmers only eat bits and bytes, okay? So those who know, they have get it, okay? I guess, okay? Okay, okay, guys. One more. I can't stop myself, okay? So let's have a pause and I'll just crack one more joke. Let's see how many of you like it. Uh, Now this is based on the indentation, okay? Indentation based on indentation of Python. Now see, Python is the only language where spaces can destroy your career, okay? One rogue indentation and Python says indentation error, your life choices are wrong. So yeah, that is very serious. Okay, so Python is the only programming language where the indentation matters a lot. Those spaces matters a lot. Otherwise, it will give you an error and you will just get stuck. Okay, by this, let's come back to our problem, question number 47, which is to find all the negative numbers. Okay, so what we are going to do, it's very simple. First, iterate over your each element, okay? Then just give a simple condition that if your number is less than 0, so print the number, you'll get all the negative number. Now if you want to create a separate list, guys, so now I'm not going to tell you what you can do. You can just create an empty list, name it as whatever name you want, name it, and then give the same condition, but instead of printing, just append to that list and come out of the condition, come out of the loop, and just print that negative list. So you will get uh, a list with all the extracted negative numbers, okay, from there. Not you cannot say at extracted, because actually you're not extracting. You are taking the numbers, all the negative numbers, and storing it at some separate places, and then you can separately delete it from your current list. Okay, so you can do that. Now by this, let's move to the next problem. That is question number 48 on your screen. Now see what you're going to do in 48. We will just simply try to square each element. So basically we are going to square each element. Means I'll give you the list. Okay, let me just give you the list. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so you have a list like this, and what you have to do, you have to just simply square each element. Okay, so now I can see 8, 9 people are watching. Guys, can you just give me from which country? Can you guys tell me from which country you guys are watching? Because I want to know that from which country people really want to learn Python. Okay, please do let me know in the chat that from which country you guys are watching, and yeah, along with your timings also, that what is your time. Okay, okay, with that we'll come to our problem, and guys, please do let me know in the chat from which country and the timing. So see, uh square each element. Okay, so what we'll do, let me just create an empty list, because whatever the square I want to make, I just want to store it in a different or a different list. So I'll just do that. I'll just store it in a result. Then uh, let's iterate. Simple. Let's iterate over our list. So for num in ARR, then we'll take our result, we'll append. Okay, this is the list method which is used to just add elements to the end of your list. Okay, and inside the append, what we'll do, in the current element, use the exponential operator, put the square 2, okay, and that's it. Come out of the loop, print result, run the cell, and you'll get your output 4, 9, 16, 25, and 36. So this is how you do square. Okay, Okay, with this, let's move to the next problem. Okay, so perfect. He's or watching from UAE. Okay, that's very good. Now, guys, let me know. Let me know from which country you guys are watching. Okay. Now, the next problem is that will be problem number 49, where what we have to do, we will use loops to merge two lists. Okay, so we are going to use loops and we'll see that how we can merge two lists. So let me just provide you the two lists. So this is your list. You can create your own two list. Okay, 4, 5, and you have to merge this two list into one list. Okay, okay. So now let me help you guys out. So I feel that you guys have think upon the problem and started coding too. But those who have not, so you guys can follow me. See, first of all, you have two lists and you want to merge it into a list. So you need one more list. Okay. So create an empty list. Now, what you have to do? Now, when you create an empty list, the half of the problem you have solved it. So you have to now just simply iterate over each list one by one and put everything in that one list which you have created now. That is result. Then again, do the same thing. Okay, so just copy it, paste it over here, and change the list name to whatever the next list name is, just like B. Okay, and then come out, print result, and you will get one list by combining all the elements from both the list. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, like this. It's so simple. So this is how you merge two lists. Okay, so by this, let's move to the next problem. That is for, okay. Now in this problem, we are going to find the missing, okay, the missing number in array. So question number 50. So, okay, guys, so we have come to the half of, okay, so we have solved approx 49 questions. Now we are on the 50th. Okay, so this is something which we have achieved. You guys have achieved to solve 50 problems on loops. Okay, now I can bet on this that after solving this 100 problems, okay, the loops will be cleared. Okay, so imagine how means you have seen now 100 problems. Means imagine that if you solve 100 problems, so now you have the idea of 100 problems. If you'll get problems like those 100 problems, so you can easily solve it. So this is how you build yourself in Python. Okay, now find the missing number in an array. Let me write the array over here. Okay, so you have to find the missing number. So this is your array. You have to find the missing number. Okay. And one more thing, guys. Okay, it is incomplete. Pardon. Uh, I have to give you the total length also. So the total length of the list will be 5, and there is one number missing. So how you are going to find what is that number? Now, this is also very easy. Don't get mm, s- think in a simple way. Think in a simple way. There is a list where it has four elements, okay, and then you have total number of elements mentioned, okay, and you can see that the list is something in consecutive, means one, two, three. Then ideally it should be four. That we know, we can say it. But how you will find it? That is the main thing using loops, okay. So there is a simple logic. First of all, do what? If the total length of the list is 5 and one number is missing in that from that array, and you can imagine that array is a consecutive number, so just find the sum of first consecutive 5 numbers, okay. So you'll get the total sum. Then from the total sum, what you have to do, you will just subtract each and every number, and at the end you will get your missing value. Simple as that. It's very simple. First, calculate the total sum of consecutive 5 numbers. Then do what? Then just simply create a variable, store the total of your list, subtract it, and you will get the missing number. Simple as that. It's very simple. You guys can do it. Okay. So those who have got this, okay, start coding. Those who have still not got this, for you, now I'll start writing. Okay, so now it's time for coding. So see, we have two things. We have the list and the number of elements, and one number is missing that we have to find it. So first of all, we from the list we can say that it is the list of consecutive 5 numbers. Okay. So let's do what? Let's just first find the sum of first five, or the sum of first n natural numbers. Okay. So n. So the formula for that is n, n plus 1, integer division 2. Okay. So this is the formula where what will happen now? Okay, let it summarize you. If the total number of element is 5, okay, so first the bracket work will happen. So n plus 5, it will be 6, okay, and divided by 2. Then if you solve this, so uh you will get 15, okay, and 15, if you'll sum 1, 2, 3, 4, 5s, you will get 15. So this is the uh you can say the logic, okay, or the formula by which you can get the sum of n missing or n natural numbers, okay. Now after this, everything is very simple. You just find the sum of all the elements present in your list, okay. So for that, first of all, you need to have your uh you need to have the total sum, okay. So you will iterate for I in arr, and then you will do sum. So plus equals to I, simple as that. Now you have the total sum of 5 consecutive numbers, and then you have the sum of all the elements left in your array. So you have to find the missing number. It's very simple. Total minus sum error, and your output is 4. So 4 is the number which is missing. Now, this program has limitation that your array should be consecutive in nature. Okay, so that is the limitation to the program. But obviously, it is a very nice program. Okay, and a logical program where you need to remember this formula. Okay, if not the formula, then there are many ways to find the uh, sum of consecutive n numbers. So yeah, you can go ahead with that also. Or at the end, you have to have one variable in which you should store the sum of all the nth number. Okay, and then this is very easy. And then simple, you have to do the subtraction. Okay, so let's do what? Let's see the last question for today. That will be to reverse a list manually. Now we already know that how we can simply reverse a list, but here we have to reverse a list manually using loops. Okay, so let me provide you the list first. So this is your simple list. Now you have to just reverse it. So you get 4, 3, 2, 1. Now, see, guys, it's very easy. First of all, create a simple list, empty list called as reverse, rev, anything. Then you have to start the iteration, but remember, you have to start in a different way, not the ideal way, in decremental manner. And then store that particular current element in your empty list. Simple as that. And then come out of the loop and print the empty list. Is that simple? Okay. Now I feel uh, those who have those who know they will have started coding and completed. Those who don't know, okay, I'm here. So what you have to do, create an empty string for I in range. Now this range will play a very important role because what we are dealing is that we will start iteration in our list from the end, not from the beginning, from the end. Okay. So when you will start it from the end, so you have to give the total length of your array. Okay. But it's not like that. In list, the indexing starts from 0 and length gives us exact length. Means if it has four elements, so length will give us 4. Okay. But actually, if you iterate using the indexing, so by default indexing in list it starts with 0. So there will be elements till 3 only. So that's why we want to make sure, because in range the start part is inclusive, it is included. So I'll first find the length of my array, and then I'll do -1. Okay. So that it should be 3 there. Okay. Then from 3, I want to go till -1. Why -1? Because end part is exclusive. So if I write -1, it will go till 0. And my first element is at 0. So we are going from here to, means right to left, from 4 to 1. So 4 is present at index 3 and 1 is present at index 0. So this is I'm writing for 3 and this is I'm writing for 0 to achieve 0. Now, obviously we are decrementing, so it cannot be positive 1, so it will be negative 1. Okay, because we are going from right to left. And then we have an empty list with us. Just simply append the current number. And because we are iterating through indexing, so we have to put the value there. So that's why we need to access. You cannot just simply write I. If you write I inside the appends, then it will add the index number. We want the value at that index number. So that's why ARR square basis I. So it will extract the value, come out of the loop, print rev, and here you go. You get your list reversed, okay, using for loop. So this is how you do it, okay. So by this, that brings us to the end of today's live session. So today we continued our top 100 Python loop interview question series and successfully solved problems from question number 38 to 51. Great job to you everyone who stayed till the end and actively tried solving the problems, okay. A huge appreciation from my side. Remember, the goal of this series is not just to watch the solution, but to train your brain to think logically using loops. Okay. So, just after this session, I will highly recommend that you should practice these questions again, but this time on your own without looking at the solution. Okay. Now, this is for those of you who just means who just trying to do it but not able to do it. Okay. So copying my codes. Okay. That's fine. For the first time, it's fine. But for the second time, only see the questions, write the question in your editor, and then try to do it with your own self. Okay. So without looking at the solution. And one more thing, if you found this session helpful, please share this live session with your friends, especially those who feel weak in Python loops or programming fundamentals. Also, A quick reminder, once we complete all 100 Python loop interview questions in this series, in the final live session, I will share the complete Jupyter notebook file containing all 100 questions and their solutions. Okay. And I'll provide it completely free. So make sure you stay connected and attend the upcoming live sessions also, because the notebook will be shared at the end of the series. So if you enjoyed the live session, so don't forget to just like the stream, subscribe to the channel, and turn on the notifications. Okay. Thank you so much for joining today's live session. Please keep learning Python. Okay. With me or without me, it's okay. We have other platforms also where you can learn. We have our own website. You can go and check out that. We have our channels. We have our X page where you can follow, where we update with latest Python codes. So keep practicing, keep coding. I'll see you in the next live session where we'll continue from question 52 onwards. Thank you so much. Bye bye.